So, yeah, any questions from the floor that we want to take with that? I think there's one down here.
Rich Tribe, also from Beat People, one of the founders of Beat People. Just listening to the panel there, a thought occurred to me, which I'd just be interested in your views on, which was that the term ESG is feeling more and more vis-a-vis responsible business. It's feeling more and more like a bit of a retrofit option. So I think part of the reason maybe ESG is so dry is that actually it's kind of for a lot of businesses that were not started as responsible businesses, that don't have that kind of that purpose behind them in the first place. In a way, it's kind of trying to find things that you can hang on your business to say we're not that bad. Yep. You know, we are about profit because that's why we were set up. But actually, we're trying to find reasons that we're not as bad as you might think we are, which actually makes it a little bit different from a proper responsible business, which is a business that its entire mission is to try and change the way the world works or the way that society works. Yeah. And maybe that's why it's kind of not really ringing true in kind of capturing.
Yeah. So it's interesting. Sorry to cut in on that, Rich, but I said to you guys that I was going to go down a slightly different. That was it in a way. I was going to challenge back on this idea of purposefulness and the like. And you've just made me think. It's almost with those businesses that have been around a long, long time that are suddenly trying to retrofit themselves at the risk of being one of these people. It's dad dancing at a wedding almost, isn't it? Is it not that cringy to an extent of them kind of thinking like, look what I do now. They can't be like that, can they?
I don't think. I think as long as it's relevant, I think that's the really important part. Is you don't have to feel that you've got to fulfill every single topic under the E, the S, the G. It's got to be relevant to your business. So if you're a garment manufacturer versus a IT company, that's going to be completely different. So, and you will have a purpose for your business already because you will have established that when you came to market and you established your company. So it's, I suppose, going back and thinking about that. And we work with a lot of companies where we'll sit down with them. That's the very first thing we do before we even look at any strategy, anything. It's kind of like, well, what is your value and your purpose? Where are you going? What's your strategy? Aside from making money, because that is why all businesses are in business. But how can you make money responsibly? What does that mean to you, the CEO of that business or the board of that business? And then you're right, you kind of need to match that with the bottom up as well. So, yeah.
One of you.
Okay. Funny enough, I don't think it matters at all that people are late to the party. I think all that matters is they come to the party. Yeah. Because the climate doesn't really care. No. When you sort of got with the programme and started to reduce your carbon emissions, all it wants you to do, assuming it's sentient, which it may or may not be, depends whether you like Avatar or not, but it basically just wants you to stop producing quite so much carbon, as do all human beings and many, many creatures on the planet. So, you made the point, it's like sort of watching your dad dancing or whatever like that, but not to sort of stretch the metaphor too far, but you see people dancing terribly on Strictly to start with, and then if they get good at it, you don't sort of dwell on the fact that they were rubbish at it in the first place. You go, actually, that's really impressive.
Oh, I like that one a lot.
There you go. I've rescued you now, but yeah, I think you sort of go, actually, that's so impressive. So I don't think it matters at all that it comes from an organisation may have not had this be an authentic component of why they were created. To me, it's completely irrelevant. All that matters is what they now think about all of this, and they start to crack on with it.
The Environmental Business Network is here to help all businesses adapt to and benefit from the very different economic and environmental futures we all face. Subscribe to our YouTube channel or visit the website to find out more information.